Hi again, welcome. Here's another Ask Dino video. And it's great to be here. I've had a shave today and I've cut my hair for some reason. It's been a long time, 2 weeks I think. Anyway. Our truth. I'm not afraid to say that the truth is a wonderful thing. We all get to a point where we've had enough of BS, not telling all the truth, selective truth. And now it's time to be in full truth for our souls. It's for us, not for anybody else, it's for us. And this urge to share information, messages, and over the last 3 or 4 days since my last message that I made, I've had some very, very bizarre situations, and I have no idea, and I have no wish to know why I'm receiving information or sharing information with complete strangers on a physical level. But on a soul level, I know that these messages are important, and I know that many twins and advanced souls are now positioning themselves strategically around the world to be in the right place. Their souls are calling them to be somewhere else. There's something that they must do. There's something that they can do. And if you're traveling, I wish you good travels. If you're in a new place, welcome to your new home. If the place resonates, I shall ask you to take a look at something in the history of the place you're in. See if something that changed the course of time happened. Look at anything and everything. Don't leave any stone unturned. There's going to be something that happened in the place where you're at, that you may be the key, that you may have a purpose bigger than what you think, bigger than what you feel, or you may feel it and you have no idea. Research the history. I know yesterday I was chatting in Facebook Messenger with a dear soul sister, and I just kept receiving images and words and messages, and they weren't for me, they were for her. And I have no other connection with this person other than through chat and through connecting through social media. But I know in my heart that these messages are important to help unravel a mystery or something that changed the course of time, or some truth that needs to be exposed, that will completely change the whole perspective of what is today. I often wondered and questioned, why am I here in this particular town in Croatia? Why have I kept returning here, apart from my family and my children? I was fortunate to come here for the first time in 1998, when this town was nothing but a shell, full of destruction from the atrocities that occurred here in 1991. Because yes, there was a war here in Vukovar. The whole nation of Croatia remembers what happened here. I have people that I call my family. My ex-wife's family are all here. They all went through the destruction of this city. This city was once a key place, a key port in former Yugoslavia. It's right on the river Danube. It delivers a message. And then, for somebody's ego, it was destroyed. I don't ask the questions why, or the political motives, or whatever other motives are behind it. I know people that suffered, literally suffered. What happened to them is something that I would never wish on my worst enemy. Not that I have any enemies. But these are human beings whose lives were changed by tragedy. The course of history was changed. And I can look back in the last 2 years since I've been living here with my eldest daughter Jessie, and this was the major reason for me returning here, so that she could continue her education. And now my youngest daughter Amy is here. But what I can see happening in this town is there's a new energy. Yes, there are some changes in politics. There are new young politicians in power. The mayor, for example, is a young man who is actually changing this town for the better. Something that should have been done 15, 20 years ago, but it's changing, and that's positive, and the energy is different. So when I look at why am I here, I know there are very few English-speaking foreigners that live here. There may be just 2 of us. One of them is a doctor who helps people overcome post-traumatic stress syndrome, post-conflict syndrome, and he's trying to change the way that trauma is transferred to the younger generations, because he recognizes that the younger generations are suffering far more than those that suffered previously. And it leads to the question, why am I here? I resonate with the youth here. I recognize beautiful souls that have a purpose, that want to stay here and change. They want to change what's going on in the city that they love, in the city where they call home. And it's only through their energies and their lifting vibrations that they can see change and force change. And you know, my daughter Jessie mixes with all the nationalities here, and one of the serious issues here is racism. You're a Serb, I'm a Croat, therefore I must dislike you, therefore I have an opinion of you, therefore I can't socialize with you because of what's happened. What I say to my children is, what's happened is happened. We can only change what happens tomorrow or today. So change your perspective on everything, and everything will be different. Allow positive energy to flow through you. Change the subject. Think about what you can do to change tomorrow, so that it's a brighter and better place. And I was talking to another dear sister last night in Croatia also. She's also a twin. And something popped into my mind. Are our 2 cities in a line where we live? Because I also met her through social media. And strangely enough, our cities are virtually in a straight line. I look at other things around me and people that have moved recently that I believe are also second wavers or third wavers. Someone I used to work with, she's moved from Moscow to a town called Novi Sad in Serbia, which is also in line with Vukovar. So I wonder if these are grid lines forming. Are these souls in the right place, ready for what's going to occur, ready for whatever changes are going to happen? Because we must admit, we can't continue the way that we are. This existence is being controlled by media, by social media, by chains of events. Everyone's running from something. You know, we see mass migration, people running from fear. They're living in fear, and all they want is to live in peace and freedom. And then the governments put up borders and the governments put up controls to stop that. And this causes just political rivalry. Mass movements of people that are fleeing fear should be recognized as a major problem. Are they running from the dark? Yes, they are. Are they seeking light? Yes, they are. Are they seeking safety and shelter? Yes, they are. Are they wanting to work to improve the quality of their life? Yes, they are. But politicians are squabbling about what to do and how to do it. We never had these controls many centuries ago. Passports are a thing created by man to control the movement of people. What did we have before in the 1800s? Nothing. We had a piece of paper that just confirmed our name. if that. Before, my name is my name, and I used to shake your hand, and this is who you are. You're that man, and I believe you and I trust you. Now we have identity documents. You need to confirm your identity. Why? I am me. Is this control of people? In a way, yes. Why is this control in place? Because of fear. If we walk in love and our pure, loving energy, there is no fear. There can be no fear. So who's creating fear? We are. Our leaders, our politicians, our religious leaders, our churches, our mosques, our places of worship. These are all creating, in some cases, fear. If you don't do this, this will happen. That's fear. Lift the veils of illusion of what's going on in your life around you. Look at what's happened in the history in the place that you're at. And think outside the box. Don't think that you cannot make a difference, because you can make a difference. When you're transmitting and emitting love and positivity, you attract that in. You will find others in the area that also have a common purpose and a common goal. They may not know what it is, but they have a reason for being there. Twins especially are being called upon to go into service, to step up into their missions, and you may not have any idea what your mission is. My mission's evolving. I'm using my method of communication to communicate a message. What does that make me? A messenger. I'm just a messenger. I'm a conduit. Whether that conduit is from spirit, from the universe, from God, from the heavens, I have no idea. I can't explain it, and I don't want an explanation. I'm happy to share this information. There's no difference between my message to those of Angelina Jolie yesterday, from Brad Pitt, from Jim Carrey, from Oprah Winfrey, from all of these big names. There's no difference between my message and their message. They gain exposure because of who they are. We need to gain that exposure because of who we are. Our voice needs to be heard. Our actions speak louder than our words. And we are the ones that will go into action. We are the ones that will stand up and be counted, because we really want change. We really wish to live in love, peace and harmony. And now we have these wonderful resources at our fingertips where we can communicate that message. But how many are sharing that message? You may be sharing that with a very small group of individuals, hiding behind a closed group or a restricted group. What is the shame in love? There is no shame in love. You need to be proud that you are love. You need to be proud that you are worthy, because each and every one of you is worthy. Each and every one of you is love. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to show it. And it's not love in a materialistic way. It's loving everything unconditionally, without expectation, without expecting anything back. How other people interpret that is entirely up to them. But eventually they will see that you are love. When they see their own truth, that you don't want anything in return, this is a positive step forward. Twins, whether you're in physical union or not, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. My beloved is 3,000 miles away, living her life. We are co-creating some things. We are working together on some projects. My website, for example, is now in Russian. She did that work. So we are co-creating. If you're with your beloved in union, this is wonderful. Now magnify that love, step into your missions, and continue to share the voice of love. One love maybe. This is not about religion. This is not about anything more than being a wonderful human being that you are. Feel the love inside, ignite that fire, ignite that passion, and share it freely. If you're receiving information or images for that you don't understand, share it with somebody, because there's a message there for you. There's a message there for somebody else. It's as simple as that. We're all conduits, we're all messengers. When we switch off the ego mind, we are open to receiving. When we open our heart, we are open to receiving and giving. Release all of these fears, worries, stresses, anxieties, because these are all man-made. Allow spirit to flow through you, and allow that love to flow through you, and share it. Like the shining light that you are. Believe in yourself and believe in everything that you do. And it will change. Everything will change. So there you are. There's my message. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If anybody does need help or guidance or anything, please let me know. If I'm able to help you, I will offer my help. Thank you. Namaste.